part of my role is to break down the barrier between membership and policymakers and politics in general. Politics is very intimidating. I didn't grow up in a partisan or highly political family, so it's an arena that I was introduced to in college. And I think it's important that we use everyday terms to describe the political process and break it down and make it easily accessible for people. My role is to communicate with policymakers at all levels of government, as well as state legislators, about the construction industry. So we really take a comprehensive approach in representing the construction industry at the Capitol.
They have a good, strong team, and they're very in tune in our industry. So there's no learning curve for the construction side of it. They understand our business.
Legislative advocacy is about the industry. It's about making a difference for your business. It's about telling your story and getting your story heard with public policymakers. The AGC provides an opportunity for that to happen on a very engaging, very comfortable basis. It's the place where you can come together with fellow contractors, industry suppliers, and other members of the association and discuss matters of significance to your business, whether it's financial, whether it's contractual, whether it is compliance or other related issues that are either challenges or benefits to your business. It is a place where those things intersect, and it is a place where your voice gets amplified with other members in the association. Frankly, it's an area where you can have a very significant impact.
Actually, I was involved as a student when I went to University of Wisconsin-Stout with the student chapter. And then about 4 or 5 years ago, another Krause-Anderson gentleman was working in Minot, and he was the chair of the legislative committee, but he could not make it back and forth for that. And so I volunteered to stand in for him and represent Krause-Anderson. It's been a good experience, actually, in a lot of different ways. One, good networking and learn a lot about what's going on in the industry, whether it's vertical or horizontal. We're a vertical contractor, so we build out of the ground. Horizontal is roads and bridges and things like that, so we get to learn a little bit more about what they're doing. There's a lot of different types of members that are on the legislative committee. There's attorneys, there's subcontractors, suppliers, some consultants, then of course the AGC team that help us with navigating our way around the Capitol. They have a team that's dedicated to knowing what's going on at the state and federal level. And so we meet about every other week during the legislative session, and they bring us up to date on what they're seeing out there in the government. And then also, if we've got any questions or concerns, we've got a team to reach out to, and they do the research for us and get back to us and let us know what's happening and answer any questions we may have. One of the major ones that we really track is the funding. Where the funding is going, what it's used for. Construction is a large part of Minnesota's economy, and it's important where those dollars go. The city, county, federal dollars on whether it is building construction or road construction. So really tracking where that money is going, what it's being used for. Also helping us if we feel that there's lacking in some area, whether it's geographic or the type of work, they will help pursue or point us in the right direction to strengthen that area.
Being involved in legislative advocacy doesn't require that you know something or significant items about the law, about how legislation gets enacted, or even that you know you're a member of the legislature or Congress. It involves knowing your business and knowing how to tell your story. And too often in my 35-year career in this, I see people who are intimidated by the fact that they think they're going to be talking to individuals in an elected capacity that know far more than they do. And in fact, precisely the other side of that story is what happens. Legislators and policymakers by nature are generalists. They need to know a little about a lot of topics. They rely on business owners, lobbyists, individual citizens to tell them what matters and what's important to them. And so you are the expert, and you need to tell your story. And we provide that at AGC. We provide you with that opportunity if you choose to, but mainly we provide that forum for you to come together with your contemporaries in the industry and to form public policy.
What's fun about it? It's over lunch. Come on, what's over lunch? It's great. What's fun about it is networking. When I was walking in here, I ran into basically one of our competitors, which has become a friend through this organization. If I've got a question, what's going on, not even related to legislation in government, I can call these people because I've met them and I know them. Again, even though they are competitors, you feel like you get to know them on a personal level. It's for the good of the industry itself and for the people that work for us.
Any AGC member can be a member of the legislative committee, whether you are an HR staff or the CEO or the vice president. You are welcome and your voice is needed. I would encourage every AGC member to sign up for our phone to action service, which can be email or text. You could even use Twitter to get out your message to legislators in a timely fashion. And we can utilize that platform to send urgent messages and action alerts to you, and it makes it quick, simple, and easy to integrate key messages and send them off to your legislators prior to them making any decisions on that legislation. That's important to the construction industry.
I would say join the committee to give it a try. There's no pressure. Come to a few meetings, listen in, see if it interests you, and if it does interest you, stick it out. If it doesn't interest you, find someone else within your company that you think it would interest, because we do need more representation across the board from different companies. So there's something there for every business that's related to construction. It gives a good cross knowledge of what's going on in the industry, because everyone has their part. You can't build a building by yourself or build a road by yourself. You need architects, engineers, clients, you need all that. So it brings them all together at one point, and you can work on a common cause.